Hello, folks. So, my name's Steve, if you haven't been here before. And in October 2025, at the age of 50, I was diagnosed with liver cirrhosis. And at the moment, we are in May 2026. So, it's the weekend. I've been to see the doctor this week. I've spoken to the specialist. I've got on Monday, I've just done my last change of my dressings on my leg. So if you haven't seen it, I got edema in my legs, and where I was asking the doctor for spironolactone to reduce to stop the fluid being retained and something to get rid of the fluid that was already there. She wouldn't give it to me until I'd been seen by the hospital. And what ended up happening is so my leg basically burst, and the liquid came through the skin, and I was in hospital for a week with that. And when I came out, the doctor asked me to see the dressings nurse at the local surgery, and she basically took a look, took a swab, and it was slightly infected. So I've been on a week's worth of antibiotics. Back in on Monday to see her. I haven't seen her for a couple of weeks because it was bank holiday in the UK last week. So back in to see her. My dressing, she did say to me, keep the dressing on. So at the hospital, they said, let the air get to it. She said, no, that messes it up. Don't be doing that. The changing temperature, the changing humidity and everything else. So she said, keep the dressing on. So I've just been swapping. But by Christ, it was itchy. So last night I figured I've had it on for like nearly 2 weeks. Last night I took it off, and I kept it off before putting the new one on for a couple of hours, and it's really dried out. So it's looking really good. So I'm hoping that's going to be all right when I go back to see her Monday. Today has been a bit of a mission. So we are selling the house because I'm in the middle of a divorce as well. You be me. So we had to go to the dump today and took a load of stuff down there. And then we also had to go and get some caulk for the toilet. So yeah, out and about a bit where normally I'm just at home all day. I do find that you can probably hear that my voice has weakened a bit. So that's largely because I am feeling a bit weak at the moment, and that's from having been out and doing stuff where I just don't have that ongoing strength because my liver isn't storing glycogen anymore, and so this is why I have to eat fairly regularly. So I've eaten a couple of times today. Another thing, normally when I'm going out, I will plan it around when I've taken my tablets, because the last thing I want to do is get caught out. I don't drive, so my ex-wife does. So for me, it's normally that bit easier because I know when the buses roughly in the village are going to be coming, and I sort of plan it around that so that I hopefully won't need to go to the toilet while I'm out. Anyway, coming back, we live just the other side of the M25. There was a crash this morning on the M25, and you get all these idiots coming down into the lanes, and the lanes are quite often single file with passing spaces. There's no way to get down the lanes without driving through the bushes. And these idiots come down with their brand new cars and they don't want to drive through the bushes. And it just basically means that everything comes to a standstill until they very reluctantly do pull in and get into the bush, and so someone else can get past. And the person who's passing is also driving through the bush on the other side of the road. And then you got knows how many cyclists as well, sort of like weaving in and out of the cars and telling everyone how much space they've got. It's like, oh, just shut up, mate. Nobody cares about what you got to say. You know, and then this clever bloke going, oh, you've got loads of room there, you can get through. It's like, well, we're already right in the bush, mate. You're not in the bush at all. You know, if you don't like it, sit on the motorway and wait. I'm having a grumble, people. So anyway, yeah, I'm feeling a little weak today, and yeah, there was a point to that. You wouldn't know it actually, but the point was we were sat there for ages in the car coming back from the dump, and I'm like, I need a wee, I need a wee, I need a wee. Anyway, managed to make it back home. And yeah, I wouldn't normally do that. I would normally like sort of, you know, be somewhere where I can go, but that's part and parcel of this condition. So I've had me tablets for the day. I've got the lactulose is the only one that I have 3 times a day. So I'm going to have my second dose of that in a minute. It's now 4 o'clock, and then about 10 o'clock tonight I'll have my final dose. And in terms of, you know, like, again, another sort of bit of this puzzle is I get so fatigued and exhausted. I could quite happily sleep all day and all night, and I do get myself up, and the earlier I get up, the earlier I go to bed. I never used to go to bed before 2 a.m, you know, and these days you know, sometimes I'm in bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Like I said yesterday, the joys of getting old. But it is what it is, and I've got myself one of those snooze bands, so it's completely dark. It's because I still sleep in the same room as me ex-wife until we move out. She snores so rotten, she really does. So it's got like Bluetooth headphones on the side, very thin ones. The other thing I've noticed is since I gave up drinking back in October last year, my sleep is really good. So I wear this is an old one. This is a Withings scan watch. And I've got the scales to go along with it as well. So I'll keep an eye on my weight and make sure that I'm not drinking too much fluid, because that will just see me weight rise meteorically. And also just to keep an eye on my sleep and how that's going. And my sleep has improved no end. But like I said, I can sleep for England now. So I've got to be a little bit careful about that, because otherwise I'd find myself, I'm yawning now, look at me. Otherwise I'd find myself like waking up at 3 a.m. and getting up and I'd just be completely arse about face and not doing things right. Anyway, that was just a quick update for today, just to let you know what's going on, how things are progressing. And I will be back with another one very soon. Be nice and be kind to people. You never know what they're going through. Laters, potatoes. Off you pop.